Welcome back. It's been a minute. I hope you guys are doing really good. We got some good stuff going on today. We are continuing the lift kit. So since my last video, you guys, I have done nothing to the truck. I've been waiting on parts. I had to do some crazy shit. I'm gonna explain everything what's been going on. We're making progress though. I just figured before I go too far with the kit installation, I wanted to give you guys a good update, let you guys know everything going on. Also got some cool parts that came in. I'll be showing you guys here in a little bit too, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Once again, I've been doing a lot. I've been doing a lot, man. Shout out to my buddies, Joe, Adrian, for helping me out. Adrian came by this morning to help me get the front end put back together for the most part. Joe helped me take shit apart and was troubleshooting and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So it's been eventful, man. It's been eventful. So a couple things. First thing off the bat is you can do this in your driveway. You 100% can. Okay, you just gotta have right tools. This is not a job that you can go get the little tool set kit from Harbor Freight or Home Depot and expect to put this lift on. No, you need good jack stands, good jacks. You need at least two jacks. Two jack stands minimum, some blocks of wood. Now I'm talking if you're putting like an 8-10 inch lift on your truck, okay? But it is possible, okay? So a couple things off the bat I'm gonna show you guys. I hope you like it. Stay tuned and thanks for checking out. Okay, you guys, so first thing off the bat, we got the coils in and we got the long arms in, okay? They're wrapped up with saran wrap. So a little tip, if you're putting painted suspension parts on to prevent them from getting scratched, go inside your house, get yourself some saran wrap, just wrap it up. That's the easiest way to keep it from getting scratched. Okay, so what we got done so far, we did a couple things. First things first, we got the coils in. I did go with the spacers on top. So you can see right here, spacers on there, coils sitting perfect inside of there. Yeah, I know the shock tower isn't on yet. I'm still working on that, all that stuff. We got the long arms installed, okay? So we had a little bump we had in the road with the long arms. So the upper long arms were good in terms of length, okay? But when we put the long arms on the lower ones, the bracket, this is my fault because I told Kevin where to weld it, but it's my fault. I told him where to weld it at right there, okay? Should have pushed it up a little forward. And then I got it with Kevin Ranette, who I got the equipment, all those parts from. I was talking to him about it, and he was telling me after you should put the short arms on first, then the long arms. Reason being is because your short arms are going to establish that initial spacing for the axle, and then your long arms are just going to ensure that, you know, support it. All right, so if you're going to be doing this kit, by the way, there is a 5% code down in the description box if you want to order this same setup. If you're going to be doing this setup, make sure when you go to get your long arms installed, the brackets welded on, make sure you already have installed your control arms here, okay? Now, one thing you can notice off the bat is we no longer use the stock OEM hole up here, okay? We now use, so your upper control arm is going to utilize your stock lower control arm bracket, okay? And then obviously the lower long arm has its own custom bracket on the frame, okay? Now, what I had to do, because my bracket was too far back, I went online and was lucky enough to find these adjuster links that it does not look like this when you buy it. But long story short, there are these adjuster links that it has a male thread and a female side thread. They're used for suspension parts. The male side, because the thread is the 3/4 16 TPI, okay, threads per inch. So I ordered it and it was a 3/4 and it worked, okay? Now what happened was, where this weld is, I had to cut a shank off because there was a male portion of thread sticking out. I cut that off, and my buddy Kevin over at Full Send Diesel welded, he cut it off, I cut it off, and he welded this piece onto the track, or to the long arm, okay? So you can see there, he welded it on. It gave me the extra clearance I needed, because without this piece on, it was pulling the axle. The axle was being pulled back and it was tilted so forward. I mean, now when you look, the axle is sitting pretty good right now. There's a small, like, I'm talking not even it has to be a 1/4 inch tilt. There's like a small little tilt in the front on the top side of the axle. I do plan on taking this back to where I got my truck re-geared, and I'm gonna have them adjust everything or get everything in specs or looking presentable. But right now it's pretty close to where it's going to be sitting at. So if you didn't know, your control arms, long story short, so your track bar, your front track bar for your axle, it keeps your axle, you know, centered underneath the vehicle, left to right. Your control arms essentially keep your axle centered front to back, okay? And it also obviously supports the axle and allows it to, you know, articulate and all that stuff when it hits bumps and etc. So right now the biggest thing is when you install these long arms, you want to make sure your axle's geometry is on point. Okay, you want to make sure that your axle is sitting square relative to the deck. Okay, or not really the deck, but you know, to the truck. You don't want a cant. You don't want that thing leaning forward too much or leaning back too much. One reason being is because oiling. Okay, if it's leaning back or forward too much, your gears may not get oiled properly. It might, you know, you can burn up some of your seals in there, which would be a bad day because that's expensive work right there. So just make sure you're aware. One thing I recommend, and I'm doing it because I'm not afraid to say it, I'm putting it in, getting everything all close as possible, but I am going to take this to a professional shop and let them fine tune it so that way my geometry is good. You can see right now my axle or my drive shaft, my front drive shaft is pretty much stretched out max. We do have the index ring spacer kit inside. I'm going to be putting that on once I get everything else put on the front. Hopefully I'll be able to film that. At this point now I'm kind of just filming what I can get as I go along. But if you're one of those people that think you could take this on, definitely is a doable job. This is not my first time doing a lift kit, so I'm pretty familiar with everything. Definitely helps having two buddies too, because it's pretty much impossible to have, you know, when we were doing it earlier, I didn't film it, but we, you know, my buddy Adrian was holding the axle straight and I was setting up the long arms, getting them in position, adjusting them to the axle, okay, while the axle was straight up. And then, you know, we got it connected, and then he was handling the jack while I was putting the coils in, because you need someone to let the jack down to drop the axle so the coils can come in. So we got a lot of stuff there. Okay, done with that. Now we did ball joints on this side so far. So these are brand new ball joints. These are the XRF ball joints I was telling y'all about that I'm running. These are their new additions, which are actually kind of nice because the boot is like pretty much tear proof. Because the last edition, this is my lower ball joint, and she is shot with a capital S. But she served good. She did good. I like them. So if anybody's on the fence of buying XRF ball joints, I have no complaints with them. I'm 100% under the understanding that running big tires and you know, wide offset and all that stuff is going to cause premature wear, but that's just the name of the game. Changing out ball joints is not a hard job. It just takes time, a lot of bending over and on your knees and stuff. But yeah, we got this side all done. Snap rings in, anti-seize. You can see the anti-seize, that silver stuff, anti-seize. I put anti-seize on the inside of the walls of the bore so that way it doesn't stick. So when I did my ball joints the first time, I put anti-seize in there, and when I went to take these ones out, I mean, granted it came out, you know, kind of hard, but it was 10 times easier to press these out versus the first time I took them out. They were pretty much welded in there. So over here, and this is where I stopped at right now because I wanted to get on film. Over here right now we got the ball joint press set up. So if you never did ball joints on the Cummins, there's one really, I'm gonna put a link in the video down below. That's the video you need to watch. There is one really super informative video showing how to change ball joints on a Cummins, or not Cummins, on a Dodge Ram 2500 with a straight axle. There's a really good video showing it, and changing ball joints on these trucks is the same from, I believe, like 03 all the way up to like 16 or 15, something like that. Long story short, you press out the upper ball joint, and then you're gonna come through the bore, and you're gonna press out the bottom one. Top one presses up, this one presses down, okay? I know it might look misleading when you look at the lower one because it looks like it has a lip on it, but when you take that snap ring off, it's 100% flush. Obviously, you have to remove your Zerk fitting because it's not going to go through with this on. You'll probably tear it up, but yeah. So we got stuff installed, man. You can see here on this side, we got the links in. Everything's all snugged up. Oh, we also went ahead, my buddy Adrian, while I was doing the ball joints on that side, he went ahead and drained the oil from the front axle. So we are at 500 miles now, so we're ready to drain the break-in oil, and we got some AMSOIL over here. Actually, it's in the garage, but we got some AMSOIL. Once I get the truck, the wheels on the front here, once I get everything in, I'm gonna go ahead and top her off, and we should be good. So yeah, we're making progress, you guys. So I'm gonna show you guys me pressing this bad boy out so you can see what it looks like, and then I'll get back. Alright guys, I got the top one out, and I'm gonna show you the bottom one. This is what your press would look like when you got the bottom one. This is just the boot. You got a coupling here. Make sure your cup's on there even. I might have to move that over a little bit. I don't like how that's sitting right there on the lip like that. But this is it. It will be pretty close. It's gonna be a tight squeeze right here, but it's not gonna damage anything. I've done it a couple times, so it all works out. And then yeah, just press the old bad Larry. My best freaking friend, anti-seize. Y'all, if y'all don't own a bottle of this right here, this size, not those little tiny packets at the counter when you're checking out at Advanced Auto or AutoZone, get you a thing just like this, an anti-seize. It is the best friend in the world. Just like that. Go ahead and coat the inside boards with some anti-seize and you will never have a problem changing ball joints. This bottom one did give me a little fight though. She came out tight, but we're good. We are sitting pretty. All right, you guys, a lot of time has went by. The sun is starting to set now. Well, shit, let me go on this side. This side's dark. But the front the front lift kit is freaking installed. Let me get back here so y'all can see the distinct difference. So right now in the front, we're sitting at about a 10.5-inch lift. And in the rear, we're sitting at the stock or the previous lift kit. So I got a little Carolina lean going on right now. It's not bad. Everything's good though. All the brakes and stuff are back on. I'll let you guys see that. That coil is massive. That is a big coil. We also went ahead and installed the Moog 4-gen steering upgrade. We just kind of did a ghetto alignment on it until we can get it to the alignment shop. Still got a lot more to do. We still got to install the BD sway or the BD steering brace, and then we also have to install the sway bar still and get an alignment. I went ahead and topped off the front diff. You can see a little residual oil there. Good old 3 pouches of AMSOIL or 2 3/4. We're going to be knocking that index ring out ASAP because you can see that front drive shaft is not happy right now. It actually, I don't think it can turn right now because it can't fully turn because it's so stretched out right now. There's so much tension on it, so it's like binding. It rotates, but like it doesn't do a full 360. It kind of like stops. So definitely got to get that installed. Everything looks really good. We still got to install the Bilstein steering stabilizer. I really want to see it. I want to see how it looks all buttoned up, and then the back is going to get it too. So we should be sitting good. Now she's naturally gonna have a lean just because the front's at 10.5 and the back's probably gonna be around fucking wind. The back's gonna be around 8ish, I believe, maybe 7 and some change. So I dig it. I dig it. Comment down below. I want to hear your opinions. The engine is sitting high right now. It was not this high right now. So right now, the camera, where the camera is at, that is my chest. That's my chest, and then where the camera's at, I guess you could say right now is my face. So the camera's parallel with my face right now. It's kind of hard to tell because of the lens, but this is how it looks when I look in the engine bay right now. I can't see right now. That little corner right there on the turbo, that's all I see standing looking here. So definitely, we got a lot of stuff. We still got to install the shocks, the shock towers, polish the shocks. Man, this thing look good. Let me know. All right, this is it, y'all. We still gotta get the track bar installed, adjust it to the new length. So do track bar, sway bar, and BD brace. But I'm digging it. I gotta figure out what's up with my amp stats. My amp stat they died. I don't know what happened. So I gotta fuck with that shit later, but I ain't worried about it. Oh man, this is, man. Now I ain't gonna lie now, y'all. I kind of like this little lean it got going on now. It don't look too bad, but you guys know I ain't gonna leave it like that. I can't do y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm digging this, man. I love it. Wow. And then also I made up my mind what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna put chrome Cummins look badge, chrome door handle inserts. Call it a day. Got a grill being fabbed up over at Steel Tooth Fab right now. Hopefully in the next couple months we'll be slapping that bad boy on. Man, this thing looks mean. She ready to eat. Look how high, man. I mean, I wish the camera don't do justice, man. I'm 6'3". I'm 75 inches tall, 6'3", and this is tall. This is high. I got long arms too, and this is how far I can reach the hood. That's not that far. I mean, my face come up to the mirror over here. This is the tow mirror flipped out, and my face, my chin is like lined up right here. So I'm digging it, man. Now these steps are really gonna pay off. I mean, they were paying off before, but now they're really going to. I'll let y'all see this side too. Man, I can't wait to do the rear. It's just, hopefully they're expecting rain this weekend, so maybe I might just have to be able to paint the suspension and have to wait. This is a multi-day project. I'm taking my time, you know, there's no rush. This is the perfect time right now to be doing stuff like this. Also, since if you made it to this part of the video, I want you to go in the comments immediately after I say this. All this over here is about to be changing. It's changing for the better. I want you to comment what you think is going to happen. Comment what you think it is, specific sizes, etc. And then first person to comment what it really is. My UPS man, dude, he's always bringing me parts and stuff. First one to comment what exactly I'm getting in that setup, I'm gonna shout you out on YouTube. All right, you guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this video, because I know it wasn't a whole lot of how to do. This is not a how to do installation video. This is kind of like me, you know, documenting my journey. You know, I'm showing progression and stuff like that. So I do apologize if you were expecting this to be an in-depth how to do video. That's really hard. It's real hard to do. YouTubers don't talk about stuff like that because they make it looks easy on camera, but it is really hard. My early videos, a lot of them are how to do videos. You know, how to do a grid heater delete, how to do you know, field rail plug, which is simple. How to do CCV delete, how to do, you know, second gen swap. A lot of my early videos are how to do videos, which I still will do and I love doing. It's just hard and it takes time, a lot of editing into it. So, you know, it is what it is, man. I can't stop looking at the truck right now. I'm just gonna look at it through the camera. So, all right, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up. I'm dirty, about to go drink me a cold one and get this video edited, and I guess you guys will see me in a second. So peace out.